Low key, and I say I am. That's the super facts. Right? Today's topic is free will, part two. I had a thought in my head, and I was just like, the reason why I don't feel like free will is necessarily organic at times, or at least when it comes to my life, is I try to exercise and I try hard. I mean, I use a lot of energy to use my free will to be to better my life, to do things that will make my life more positive, to better my quality of life, to try to move forward. But it's like every time I try to, I mean, it could be the smallest shit. Every time I try to take one step forward, it's like this just invisible force that just kicks me in the fucking chest back 100 spaces. These are not excuses. These are not, these are not, cop outs and shit like that. These are very real things. I want to, so for example, I'm like, I need to get in shape. I need to get healthy. This is something that I have to do to boost my quality of life in a positive, productive manner. So I reach out to somebody that goes to a gym that I normally go to. And I had them send me, I asked them, I was like, somebody I'm cool with, you know what I'm saying? And I'm like, yo, can you send me a guest pass for the gym? So, somebody that's a gym member, they have that benefit where they could just, they send you a little email, whatever, you fill out your information, and you can, you get an email back. You go to the gym, you can go to the gym for the whole week. Dude sends me the email, perfectly fine. As soon as I texted him, he texts me right back, sends me the email, and I fill out my information, and just, whatever, sent it over to the gym. The gym took almost 4 hours to send back a regular, basic, automatic, like auto response message. You know what I'm saying? And it's like, so I was like waiting. I was like, let me just wait like an hour for the email to pop up in my spam or whatever. It's sad that when you doing business with a fucking company, with a multi-million dollar, billion-dollar company, that when you email them, they're so stupid that they would email you and they would send their email to your spam. It makes, like, anyway. So long story short, it took so long for them to send me the fucking email back that I just went to the gym. I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna go over here and just, I guess, tell these people that y'all never sent me my confirmation pass back or whatever. So I get there, unfortunately, like, because it's hit or miss when it comes to, you go outside, people are so fucking incompetent nowadays. You know, people, it's a new wave of human being outside, okay? And they are incompetent and retarded and slow as fuck, And it's honestly like, you go outside, you gambling. If you ordering food, you know what I mean, you're lucky if they get everything right. You know what I'm saying? I ordered some chicken nuggets from Wendy's the other day. They didn't even put no sauce in the bag. You asked me at the window. That shit is so disrespectful. The nigga was like, barbecue sauce? He chose the sauce for me at the window. And then I go to look in the bag after they give me the food. It ain't no sauce in the bag. I was like, damn, you a fucking asshole. Like, how you gonna choose some shit for me and then not even give it to me? Pause. Right? These people are incompetent as fuck. So I go to the gym and I told them my information. I told them what was going on. You know what I'm saying? And fortunately, normally I'm the person that gets the retard behind the desk everywhere I go. The person with the attitude or the person that has no idea what they're doing, right? I went to go buy some parts for my car a couple weeks ago, and I get the dude. It's like three grown ass dudes that work there, and I get the younger kid that probably just started working there 2 days ago, and he's having trouble just grabbing me some simple fucking ball joints and shit. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, here we go, man. It feel like every step of the way is some bullshit. You know what I mean? So whatever. He put my information and I went to the gym, whatever. But it's just like, somebody told me that retrograde is going on right now. I don't even like my whole life, every single day of my life feels like there's some cosmic chaos going on that I have no control of, that I can plan and try to execute these plans and whatever. And there's always going to be a delay. There's always going to be a monkey wrench. There's always going to be some sort of unexplained bullshit that happens. You know what I'm saying? And I'm just like, damn, bro, I'm just trying to do regular shit. I'm just trying to do regular shit. You know what I mean? Like I've been working on this punk ass fucking car for the last two months or whatever. Well, ever since I got this fucking car, I've been breaking down. The first week I got this car, the muffler fucking fucked up. The first week I had this car. So yeah, this car is definitely just fucked. I don't know. Somebody put some juju on this shit. I don't know. But it just feels like every step of the way. You know what I mean? Trying to just be, just better a motherfucker life. Just trying to better your life. And it's just always like a block. And then it's just like, something that, Paul talks about is like, roles or paths. And it's like, he uses Donald Trump for example, and he says that maybe it's in Donald Trump's script in life. Maybe this is his purpose is to be one of them people, the elite, to lead the economy to a fucked up place and all of this shit, and it's like I feel like half the time I'm alive I'm fighting invisible forces, and I'm like, well, am I just not meant to be a good person? Am I not meant to be spiritual this time around? Or is it some sort of is that the is it supposed to be, am I being deceived into thinking that I'm not supposed, this is a whole bunch of stupid shit. You know what I mean? It makes no sense. It makes no sense, man. So when I think about free will, I'm like, I exercise my free will. I wish I could get a free meal. I exercise my free will to try to upgrade my quality of life and try to be better. And it's like every step of the way is something that's just interfering with that action that I'm taking, out of free will. And I'm like, well, if free will can be manipulated or interfered with, then there is no such thing as free will, objectively and organically. There is no such thing. If it can be, if there's a force that can fuck with it, you know what I'm saying? Does that make any sense? Is that faster than drinking water? I don't know. I don't know. So this whole free will shit, man. I think about it's just something that I think about like every day when I'm like, bro, I'm sitting here, like for instance, another example is my fucking car. I've I've been literally I've spent hours at the fucking shop. I've spent probably 20 hours, right? Of almost 20 to 24 hours, like a whole day, almost a day worth of fucking time. My car has been in the fucking shop in the last fucking month. You know what I'm saying? And still fucked up. I'll take my car to the shop, get something fixed immediately. Something else is fucked up. You know what I mean? Trying hard as hell to solve the problem. Solve it myself. You know what I'm saying? Try to be an adult. You know what I mean? And not procrastinate or postpone shit or put shit off, and let it until it get worse. Try to be proactive. You know what I mean? It takes a disciplined person to try to be proactive and not reactive. And it just sucks when you still get punished regardless. When you using your energy to be a proactive, individual, and you still reap the same punishment as a person that just don't give a fuck. Let's have a real conversation. It's demoralizing. Like today, woke up. I was up since 6. I was up since 4 o'clock in the morning. I took my car to the shop at 9 o'clock in the morning. There's this shit going on where there's this vibration, this loud ass vibration. Something is rubbing against something underneath my car, the suspension. So I went and fucking changed. I had the mechanic change. Man, I damn near changed every single part under the front end of my car. And and today I was like, that gotta be it. I was like, I changed basically the last two parts that could be the problem. And I'm in the car, I'm like, okay, this is it. This is it. I better not hear this motherfucking sound. And as soon as I pull off the fucking lot, I hear this loud ass fucking like rubbing vibration sound that sound like if you keep driving this shit, something's just gonna fucking pop, explode, fuck up, right? And I'm just like, I don't understand these people. You take something like a vehicle to a shop, to a professional, and their job is to fix your fucking vehicle. That's what they're overcharging us for. These people are putting they're replacing parts, but they're not test driving the cars and making sure the car runs smoothly like how it's supposed to. You know what I'm saying? If the dude would have just test drove my car for 5 seconds, he would have noticed, oh wait, there's something wrong here. And then what they do is what the fucking dude did was he had me, I dropped the car off at like 9:30 in the morning, and then he tells me to come back when the shop, basically right before the shop is about to close. So if there is a problem with the car, he gonna say, oh well, we're closing up, you gotta come back tomorrow. You see the games that these dumbass people play? It's just a never ending cycle of just people that's supposed to be doing certain stuff, and they just play games and they don't take shit seriously. And it's like everywhere I go, I feel like I got to do everybody else's fucking job, and it's fucking exhausting. And I be wishing I could just be, oh, you know? And I just be wishing, I'll be like, man, I wish I could just be like everybody else and not care. But it's just something hardwired into my fucking existence where I can't like when I stop caring, it's just dark. You know what I mean? It's just dark vibes when I stop caring. Cause I know myself, I know my spirit. And that's why you gotta know yourself and you gotta know your spirit. I know myself. The day that I stop caring, it's no coming back. And it's like something in my spirit is like trying to hold on to that light. You know what I'm saying? It's like like my soul is trying. I could feel it. Desperately trying to hold on to whatever light that's in, that's going on in there. When it's like this realm is just designed for you to go dark. Let's have a real conversation. It's designed for you to just fucking, your soul to get swallowed up by this fucking just dark energy. Let's have a real conversation. You know, I wake up and I deal with shit like this when I got in my car and it was still fucked up, you know, and I got somebody that, somebody that mean a lot to me and they're helping me. And I got, people, other subscribers or, people that be on my channel that help me out sometimes. And, and God is working through them and shit like that. And it's like, I'm not even allowed, I'm not even allowed to have reliable transportation, God. This is when I wake up and I'm just like, dude, what the fuck is the point of this shit? And it's just like, it get to the point where I'm just thinking to myself, like, I can't not believe in God, right? I can't not believe in God, source, whatever. But it get to the point where it's so much spiritual attacks. And I ask the creator, I say, why don't you protect me? I don't need you to do necessarily nothing for me, but why don't, if nothing else, why don't you protect me? Because I'm not out here doing anything wrong. I'm not breaking no commandments and shit for the most part. So it's like, what I gotta do to get some protection out this bitch? You know what I'm saying? And I'm not up here praying, you know what I mean? I'm not up here praying to some fucking Lucifer and Satan and all of this, Lilith and all of this goofy shit for protection and demons for protection. I'm asking source. I feel like I put in, I try to be a good person. I try to treat people how I want to be treated, I try to help uplift people, enlighten people, whatever. I try to do the work, right? I try to do the work, and it's like, where's the protection at? Why doesn't the source protect its fucking soldiers? Let's have a real conversation. Why? Because every day I submit to the source by not robbing a fuck, you know what I'm saying? Robbing a fucking, hitting somebody in the head, taking all their shit, stealing somebody's car, you know what I'm saying? Raping a bitch, you know what I'm saying? Doing drugs, so on and so forth. Every day I submit to the creator by having the spiritual discipline to not participate in this low vibrational activity. So it's like, where's the protection? Like, I don't need God to drop a brand new Rolls Royce from the sky, right, for me to drive. But I'm just like, when you see me exercising the free will to be a good human being, why can't I simply have protection from all the negative spiritual warfare? That's all I ask for. So I gotta get up out of here, but that's the thing that I struggle with. And a lot of times I'm just like, recently I just been feeling like I would never deny the source, But I'm just like, I'm getting to the point where I just start to feel like I don't even want to I no longer want a relationship with Source. I'll just, try to figure it out for myself in the time being, try to maintain a balanced spirit and shit like that. Nothing crazy, but it's just like when you constantly talking to somebody, you making an attempt to communicate with somebody and they not communicating back. That's what my relationship with the Source feels like. It feels like it's like a one-way relationship. You know what I'm saying? No matter what I do. You feel me? So I gotta go, but when it comes to free will, I don't even know. I don't even, from my experience, free will is not. I just haven't. I've never truly experienced organic free will where I felt like I could really do. I really had the option to do whatever I wanted to do. I always felt like I was being guided, you know what I'm saying, by a force to do something or not do something. And I always felt like when I try to do like certain things, like certain positive things or whatever, I tried to be positive, I feel like I get punished. I try to exercise my free will to do positive things, you get punished. For example, I'm exercising my free will to make a YouTube channel, a positive, productive, spiritually enlightening YouTube channel like other content creators, and what happens? We get punished. So it's like, you know, I don't get it. I don't get it.